And there's other things besides that. That's just one thing you're kind of looking for, and the in alignment tubules that are longest in the center of the toe and then reduce as they go back. And by the time all is said and done, your heels will be about 2/3 the length of the dorsal wall, and you should have 3/4 of an inch to an inch of uniform sole thickness under the foot. Here, I'll show you. I got this deal here. Okay. Okay, here's our e-hoof here. Okay, so you see how 2/3, 1/3. So your heel from here to here should be 2/3, about 2/3 of your dorsal wall when all is said and done. This just kind of gives you an example. See, this would be correct, this would be incorrect. See how the hairline goes down, pulling all that down under? Yeah, we don't want that. But what can happen is, let me annotate here. So you've got to keep an eye on your horn tubules, because when the heels are trimmed out, it puts everything at a lower angle. Say, be like this. Now it's like this. See, and usually it gets to be like this, more like that. Well, then all these start shooting forward like so. See? And see how this one winds up longer than your dorsal wall? That's not how it's supposed to be. See? Longest in the center, and then they get shorter as they go back, like that. So we're always, always, always looking to move these in that direction, like that. So these can take over if you're not careful. So this process, okay, you've got to keep an eye on these, and they can't always move. Like sometimes you got to grow some heel and get some elevation up here, like so, before you can get these to go back. Okay, but you got to keep an eye on them, because if you can, you want to go back as much as possible, so they're just not ruling the roost here. And so, that's when you do your beveling and they fall back, and then they will come into alignment. But this is why you gotta, sometimes if you got a really flat-footed horse, you're gonna have to grow some heel first before you're gonna get these tubules to go too much of anywhere. See, it's a structural principle. If I got a foot like this that's got a heel like that, okay, how am I going to get this here to kick anything back? I'm going to have to raise this heel, grow it a little bit first, and get some length on it before I'm going to be able to get these to come up and move back. Because see, if these are forward, then this is forward here too. Okay, there's just no way these are going to kick these little horn tubules back. That's why you got to get some heel in, start growing some heel, and then it'll be easier to start correcting some of these horn tubules here. It's just structural mechanics, engineering principles. Okay, let me undo this. Stop. Okay, clear all. There we go. All right, so let me close this off just a minute. Well, there we go. All right, so I'm going to get into my horse's pictures here. First thing I'm going to show you is, let's see here. Let me close some of these off. Okay, just a second. We're going to